Hello everyone, this is Jimmy Singh, broker owner of Supermax Realty, 647 961 2639. In today's video, I like to discuss a very common question asked by first time buyers, that should they buy a starter home, which is smaller home, or they should buy their forever dream home. So, friends, while a starter home might be your only option financially, but if you have more money available, does that automatically mean you should buy your dream home right away? Let's say your budget is half a million, but the bank says you can buy up to $800,000. Should you really buy a bigger property? So there is many factors to consider, and it can be unrealistic to buy your first home and expect you're going to live in that house forever for 20 years, 50 years. And in this short video, I like to discuss the pros and cons forever home versus your starter home. So the number one benefit of buying your starter home is the cost. So if you're buying your first home, the fact is you probably don't have the budget to buy dream home that has all the bells and whistles, all your wants and needs. But you have the budget to buy a starter home or a condo which will allow you to get your foot into the real estate business and climb the property ladder. You learn all the ins and outs of home ownership, all the cost and maintenance issues involved, and eventually sell and upgrade to a larger property if you wish in future. Personally, I think financially it's a wise move. And the cons for that is you will eventually grow out of it. And if your family is expanding, you have to move out. And it is possible you will outgrow it sooner than anticipated. And moving from a smaller to big home is again no small undertaking, especially if you have kids. Knowing you have to move again is not a very comforting feeling, especially in this crazy hot market where a lot of people feel, yes, they have to buy the starter home, but they can't be able to buy their dream home ever with a crazy escalation of prices. Now let's talk about forever homes. Buying the home you want to fit your entire family upfront has certain benefits. First, it ensures that you'll have to move less or probably not at all, which means you will save all the cost, all the time and money associated with your next move. And especially if you have kids, and you will also spare them for inconvenience of moving from their schools. Why? Because once kids are settled in a neighborhood, they have friends, switching school again, it's very stressful for them. So when it comes for especially renovation or certain features you want in the house, example, you want a sauna, swimming pool. So if you want to stay in the house for a long time, you don't have to consider the resale value if you want to stay in the house for 20, 30, 40 years, because then you can enjoy the house. But if you're buying for short term, spending 70,000, 60,000 on a pool might not give you a return back whatever money you put. The main issue in buying a home which is out of your budget or out of your comfort level, the biggest trap is you might be cash poor because all your money is tied to the home. And at the end of the day, some people think, if the purchase means that you have to, buy your dream home, but what is the point of eating, peanut sandwiches in your breakfast, lunch and dinner, or eating ramen noodles all the time because you don't have money to take your family for a movie, you can't take vacations. Why? Because you put all the money in the house. So think over it. You got one life. The idea of being tied down to one place forever also has other issues. For example, let's say you live in Toronto and down the line you find a dream job in Calgary, Vancouver, North America, or you have to move other part of the world, and that is very big consideration. You don't want to close yourself to all the growth opportunities in your life just because you bought a dream home and then you shut all those doors. So be very mindful when you buy your first home. Doesn't matter how much loan bank give you. Crunch your numbers, see your comfort level, put at least 6 to 8 months of your mortgage payment, property taxes, maintenance in your separate account. So God forbid if somebody lose a job, there will be no stress. And in the same video, friends, I like to talk about what are the 3 top things you should never compromise as a first time home buyer. First thing, never compromise on a good neighborhood. Even with the buyers who have no intention, or couples who have no intentions of having kids, being near a good school translates to top dollar in the resale market. So if your home is in a safe, quiet, family friendly neighborhood, you will not only feel better about sending your kids to the schools if you choose to have, but also sleep more comfortably at night knowing yourself. Knowing that your home also is located in a school district which is safe is a huge plus. And especially when it comes to health and safety, there should be no compromise worth making. Also, before you buy a house, call your insurance companies, see what kind of insurance you get for that postal code, what sort of claims do you have for auto insurance or other issues in the neighborhood. Second thing you want to check out is the commute time. In COVID, I see remote working is a trend, and I'm sitting right now January 1st week going another lockdown. So while remote workers might be fine for now, buying houses as far as Niagara Falls, though they're working in downtown Toronto, or they're good buying in London, Chatham, Sarnia, whatnot. But if you have to drive into the city every morning and evening for work, you likely have to get sick commuting pretty fast. And I see people fall in love, but then they buy a house too far, and at the end of the day their dream fades pretty quick. And anything I feel beyond 35-40 minute commute or 1 hour commute is excessive, and it is likely to burn you out, because it's hard to commute every day and then spending 2-3 hours road on every day, 2 hours, 3 hours. That is the time not spent in your new home. Plus, that is extra wear and tear of your car. You have less time for your family. All these things add up. So commute time, second, is very, very critical, and you should never compromise on that. Location, location, location. Third thing, friends, is the age of your property which you're buying. We all live in an era where everybody watch edgy TV shows, renovation shows, and we get the idea, or we get romantic in idea in our mind that one day I'm going to buy a house in a country, a big farmhouse or some kind of Victorian house. It seems very romantic for a lot of couples, especially when you buy edgy TV shows, renovation shows. Sometimes you think I can buy it, turn according to my needs. Especially if you are a first time buyer on a shoestring tight budget, a fixer upper might look like a real diamond in the rough, friends. But however, when it comes down to fixing the property, and if you're not that handy person, not totally confident in your renovation ability, I strongly recommend you consider a turnkey kind of property. So you don't feel like you put yourself in a situation where it's causing stress in your relationship. I hope all these tips and pointers helped you. At the end, I like to say, as a first time buyer, get an experienced agent on your team, a knowledgeable local experience who will bring all these challenges and more to your attention before you make your move, saving you time, money, and headaches. So if you're looking to buy your dream home anywhere in Greater Toronto area, Golden Horseshoe, Kitchener-Waterloo, London, Sarnia, Windsor, give our team Supermax a call. You can reach me directly at 647-961-2639, or you can go to my website www.supermaxrealty.ca. Thanks for watching. God bless you all.